Welcome back to another episode of the CLG podcast. So, for the people that are unaware and coming in for the first time, so my name is Luke Stock. I am an aspiring filmmaker who made this podcast to connect with filmmakers and people in the creative arts. So today I have Laura. So Laura, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm 17, and again, similar to Luke, I'm an aspiring filmmaker slash photographer slash. I don't really know yet, but
Slash
that's
everything.
kind of the field I want to go into.
So you recently made a film with your college
Yes,
called
that's
Something
right.
About Sonder.
Yeah.
It was absolutely incredible, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
absolutely loved it. So what was that what made you kind of think of that story, that direction?
Well, I found out about Sonder through like how you just scroll on TikTok, like doom
Yeah,
scroll. That was what I was doing, and then I found out about the term Sonder, and it was definitely growing a lot of traction. And it kind of just sent me down a rabbit hole, to be honest. And it's such a complex kind of concept and emotion, and I hadn't seen a lot about it kind of in the media or film. And it's just something I really wanted to explore in my college film and just take a unique approach to it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really good that you're saying that you want to take a unique approach to film, because most people don't do that nowadays, because most of the things that people make nowadays is just remakes or just really just unoriginal things, and it's really, like, calming and good to know that there's that sense of originality somewhere, which is very
A lot
rare.
of films are kind of like live actions or cartoons these days. Like,
Yeah.
look at Snow White this year, for example. I guess it didn't do too well, but
No.
yeah, there's a lot of similar kind of people like me, I guess, kind of bringing something new to the scene, which is
Yeah.
nice.
So when did you know that you wanted to become, like, someone in the creative industry?
Always liked doing stuff creative ever since I was a kid, to be honest. I don't know if you know an app called iMovie.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I was literally like 6, 7 maybe. I had it on my dad's old iPad, and I make these crappy little trailers and stuff using the trailer templates.
Oh god,
They're
yeah.
no good at all, but that kind of sparked my passion for it, really.
Yeah, I mean,
messing
I
around.
used to do that as well.
Yeah.
iMovie literally started off my channel. I started my channel like 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
God, that's scary to think about. But when I was like 11, I used to like prop my iPad camera to the TV
Yeah.
and just play games and edit it all on iMovie. And I would get these like bespoke other editing softwares, and it would just be a mess, basically.
But everyone started out on iMovie, like the OG kids.
Yeah, iMovie. It's a good place to start
Yeah.
out. Like, it's not
Obviously, it's
too
very
complex.
limited, yeah.
It's not too complex, but
No.
now that I know a little bit about editing, I'm in the complex field, sadly. But I suppose what I want to say is, what is something that you would say to the people at home, to the audience, the lovely audience at home? What would you say to like inspire them? What would you say to like make them think, oh, well, I might want to become a filmmaker after this?
Takes a little bit of thought, because obviously I'm at like that very beginner stage as well.
Yeah.
I'm not too far away from anyone inspiring, but I would just say get stuck right in, like do your research, see if there's anything in the area, or even if you're not at like college or sixth form yet, see if your secondary maybe has like film or media as an option. But then like even look beyond that, like stuff like this, or like that Facebook group, Cambridge Filmmakers, if you're in Cambridge
And
area.
that was a
Yeah.
godsend. That I
Yeah.
remember someone sending that to me, and that's when I first met you, because you're
Yeah, that's
interested
how we
in what
met.
I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah. a great way to
So I
connect with
actually do want to announce that I am trying to sort out funding for a feature project, but there's some stuff in the way at the moment. But I'm sure I'll get there.
Yeah.
You know, I've been looking at loads of things recently, so it will go there surely. But we'll just have to wait and
It's
see.
a lot harder for people our age, because unless you're 18, there's a lot of stuff like parental consent and
Especially with that new online act.
oh my god, yeah, tell me about
Yeah,
it. So much in the way, so
yeah, but
it's hard.
it's really good that I know such amazing people. Like as I was talking to you the other night on that one Tuesday, as soon as I stopped talking to you that night, I met someone who's local round here. She actually done some stuff round here. She made a mess. No, not really. She yeah, I saw the pictures. She made a really good like room for inspiration and everything.
Ooh, yeah.
And her name's Nicole. Shout out to you, Nicole, if you're watching this.
Nicole.
But she was absolutely amazing. She said that she had a creative agent down in Los Angeles. So that's very promising. So
and then it's
Nicole, we're gonna talk. Okay.
America, baby.
Yeah, America. But yeah, it was such an amazing thing as well, because that night I did a massive speech. I went over my time a little bit. Sorry, Sam. But it was really good, because as I was mingling about, there was always these people saying to me, it's like, oh, I'm really excited to see where you end up, or it's like, oh, you were really inspiring and everything. And one of my friends, she literally just came round and just gave me the massivest hug.
Oh.
So, I think I stole the crowd that night, which is really nice to...
I think there is so many people in your corner, but it's just about finding where they are. And because it's kind of like these opportunities, they're quite underground, but once you find your people, you find your people, I say, especially in creative industries.
Exactly. Like, I met a content creator down there who does all stuff about aeroplanes and airports and everything. Oh, yeah. And his form of content was like, it was really interesting. Like, his most viewed video, he had it pinned on his Instagram, and it had like 3 million views.
Wow. Sick.
And I didn't even know what it was talking about. It was like space age stuff. Like, it was talking about like stuff that happens in planes and everything. It was like, oh, there's a tray in the cockpit or something like that and stuff. And it's like, it was really interesting, because I feel like content creation can kind of be what you want it to be.
Yeah, you can literally do anything you want, anything that interests you.
Yeah, it's really good. So, what do you hope that would happen in your future, like as a filmmaker or photographer or whatever you want to be?
Kind of going back to like the content creation thing, doing it anything you want to do. Obviously, in my most recent post, I went to a concert. I just bought my camera. I wasn't like part of the media crew or photographer crew or nothing, because I have no experience. But I was literally just in the audience. I bought my camera. I was like 1 or 2 rows away. Got a few shots. I saw some people who looked really cool, and I was like, "Do you mind if I take your portrait?" And they gave me like a massive boost of confidence. But that's definitely something I kind of want to steer into a bit, like. Maybe even street photography, going up to people on the street and being like, "You look really cool. Do you mind if I take a portrait?" And kind of just spreading more positivity and kindness.
Yeah, because positivity and kindness is what makes the world go round, I think.
Defo.
And it's really interesting that you say that, because boosting confidence and everything like that. Because the first thing I did when we were inspired to Ignite, which is like a CIC group based in St. Neots, they invited me to like a 1-day business thing. During the summer. So obviously it was all ice cream and everything like that. And I was just outside that market square, dressed in like an ice cream cone outfit, like 6 foot. And there was this one person asking if he could take a picture with me. And I was like, yeah, sure. But what really boosted my confidence there is that he was like an MP for the local area.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of like really boosted my confidence, and I left that day feeling really relieved about myself, and it was just absolutely incredible.
Honestly, one single little compliment can go such a long way. You don't even know.
Exactly. I think that positivity and kindness and everything. You don't need experience. You said you have little to no experience. You don't really need experience if you have a massive drive of what you want to do.
Just have the soul for it, really. I think that's also advice I can recommend, like other young people. If you have like the heart, that's all that matters to begin with. You don't have to have expensive gear or stuff like that. You don't have to go out and buy stuff. If you have the passion, it will show.
Yeah. Like, even if you're dealing with what you have, like with camera gear and everything, even if it's not the best, it can give off that vibe.
You start off with your phone. Like, everyone has a phone.
Everyone has a phone.
Yeah.
Most phone cameras nowadays can go up to like 4K. It's nuts.
It's insane, yeah.
What I really want to say though this is my point of advice. So what I learned through the past couple of years is you just pitch yourself out there, just get yourself out there, just express what you want to do, and hopefully you'll just find the right people.
Even if you think you're absolutely crap, which you're not, you just even if you hate yourself, just put yourself out there anyway, because you never know who you're gonna find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Met some great people.
Enthusiasm is the way.
Yeah.
Like I think, like if with enough enthusiasm and enough drive, you'll get there eventually. Even if you have to do like minor things to start off with, like maybe like a job to start getting some gear if you really want some gear, or like I don't know, just like what I usually do with these podcast people. I just email them and just hope for the best, you know.
Yeah.
I don't I don't plan for them to come round. But it's nice to know. But I did invite them, and if they don't answer or not, then that's fine.
Yeah, the thing is, you're never gonna find out anyway unless you ask. So
exactly.
You just gotta do it.
Ask and you shall receive. You know.
Exactly.
So, top 5 favourite films.
I saw this question before, and I'm still trying to think about it. But I've got top 3 maybe.
Top 3, yeah.
I'm trying to think back to my letterbox because I haven't watched too many films, but an all-time favourite of mine is Coraline, especially they redone it last year, and I loved that.
Right.
I didn't see the original actually, I only saw the redone version, but like the amount of detail in it, and it's so like aesthetically pleasing, and the 3D version, it just, I don't know, there's so much life to it, I think.
Yeah, stop motion is like one of those things that where when you finish it, it's so relieving because of how much time it actually takes for all those details. I saw some of like the behind the scenes,
like the making of it, and like they've got it down to a T, like every little thing. It takes years, like even Wallace and Gromit, that was the one guy doing it, and it took like a decade, I think.
Yeah, I know.
It's insane, there's so much talent.
Like, I thought like 2 years for a live action film was too much, but seeing all these stop motion people, it's just insane.
You're
like,
dedication. Oh, it's a 1.5 hour film. How could it possibly take years? But once you like watch what happens, or like even get involved yourself in the making of it, you can see why it takes so long. It's so many people and days dedicated to it. It's
it's insane. Yeah. So what's the second, do you think?
I want to say Hacksaw Ridge. I've seen it quite recently as well, my boyfriend. But such a good film. It kind of balances like the action with like all the war elements. Because I'm not normally like someone who likes too much violence, but I like how this is a war film that has like a heart to it as well. It has a really nice story behind it, and like the romance element really adds to it as well.
Well, yeah, there were some good things that came out of the war, like the massive economic boom that happened. But like, you know, I think that film just kind of says like, during bad times there will be good times as well.
There's such a nice underlying message.
Yeah, and I really like war films as a whole because of how like how they get the history off to a T. Yeah. Because it was so long ago now, and it's really good when it's a true story as well, because you get to see in the eyes of what actually happened. And
it's like the amount of research they put into it to get it to a T is so good.
Like I always say, like, because I've been seeing so much stuff on social media recently about like, oh, you have a basic taste in film, and like, oh, you're not a cinephile if you watch this and that. It's like
whatever films you like, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just like whatever you like. I always hear like stuff about like, oh, if you really like Fight Club, then try and say you're a cinephile or not a true cinephile. Like,
I haven't seen Fight Club. I haven't seen a lot of the films people rave on about, so I'm quite guilty.
Me neither. Like, you know, you don't have to like be a massive expert on films to know you want to be a filmmaker, like we said before. And I think like these people that say like, oh, you have basic taste and everything like that, it's just it just kind of brings you down a bit. Yeah. And it's just not very fair, because you try and make something unique, and someone's like, oh, you're not a true cinephile if you do that, and it's just a bit soul destroying.
Yeah, like, just watch whatever you want to watch, even if you think you have basic taste. Like, that's something I like watching Love Island. Like,
exactly.
Doesn't mean everyone has different tastes, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't watch some of the shows other people watch. Like, I'm not a big EastEnders person, but my mum is.
Yeah.
Just, I know this is TV shows, but everyone has different tastes, different ages, different genders. Just
exactly. You know, we live in a world where everyone can kind of be themselves now.
Yeah.
And I find that really nice, you know, that people can just, like, be what they want to be and express themselves as much as they want, no matter how much they do, you know.
I think social media can actually be a good place for that. And people kind of go on about the dark side of it, but there is also a good side. There's the connection that comes from it. Again, we wouldn't have met if it wasn't for, like, Facebook and Insta, and you can meet people across the road with it and really launch a career.
I'd only say like Instagram and TikTok, not Twitter. Twitter.
Twitter's gone to shit.
Yeah.
Or X now.
Yeah, no. I just see really just odd people down there, to put it kindly.
No. Insta, Facebook, I say. I know Facebook, like, people say, I want to throw people, but if you get onto some of these groups, people post all the time looking for, like, opportunities or posting opportunities.
See, I use LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I got quite a decent following on LinkedIn. All the people that I met, all connected to me on LinkedIn, and it's a really good platform to, like, get yourself out there and express yourself. And it just feels like with most social medias nowadays, you can do that, but there are setbacks.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely balancing the good and the bad.
Yeah, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like social media is just kind of like 50-50 with getting yourself out there. But I've experienced the good parts about it recently.
So I haven't had a bad experience necessarily ever, but I guess it's to come as you grow.
Yeah, every person has different experience. But I think social media as a whole, it really interests me because there's always people, like, scrolling, endlessly scrolling, and not taking any notice of the videos. They just kind of just unconsciously do it.
It's like their mind switched off.
Yeah,
like someone but no one's home, as they say.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. Like at night, when you say goodnight to people and then you're up on TikTok for another 2 hours.
And that...
It's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have, like, the algorithm. I think it purposely, like, programs you to keep scrolling. One more video, because it's only 15 seconds long.
And I think, like, doing all that on social media, seeing all the stuff that happens, just brings a lot of hate in your mind, because if you scroll on the comments on most things recently, they're just not nice. They're so, like, full of themselves. It's like, I have this opinion. You shouldn't have this opinion.
You're allowed to have an opinion, but I think don't put others down for having theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone's each to their own.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just think, like, you just got to kind of sort yourself out a little bit. Only use social media for the necessities. I do. Like, if I am scrolling, it's only for, like, 10 minutes. And I just send some...
Don't want to see my screen time.
Yeah, I send some funny
10
things.
10 hours a day.
I just send some funny things to my friends. But also, like, social media is kind of like my workplace.
Yeah.
Because, like, I literally talk to you through social media to get where we are today.
I wouldn't be here unless it was for, like, Insta.
I know, exactly.
Insta DMs.
And I wouldn't be in this podcast studio today if it wasn't for the people that actually wanted to be here. At the moment, I only had you and another person. Yeah. But I'm hoping that'll be more throughout the few years. Exactly.
Build up to even greater people.
My first podcast episode was through a Zoom call. Yeah. And it was through my rubbish MacBook camera that had like 2 pixels. Let's carry on the subject on like favourite films. We did 2, so what's your third? Then I'll discuss mine.
I'll say third. Haven't watched it recently, but a few years back, Whiplash. Or
now that.
Just Damien Chazelle was the director. I really, really want to see La La Land, but I just haven't found the time yet. But there's such a like I don't know. It's hard to
So raw.
yeah.
That film, but emotion.
It's hard to have good pacing in a film, but that film has such good pacing. It like keeps you on the edge of your seat without being too quick or too slow. It's not a slow burn, but it's not like
I remember
like not like
watching
action, you know.
I remember watching it for the first time. Spoiler alert! Where he, where the character, I forget his name. The student,
The drummer.
Yeah.
I don't know his
yeah, yeah. It's quite a
Andy?
long time
I don't
ago
think it's
since.
I don't
Quite a
know.
long time. It's not quite a long time since I watched it,
Yeah.
but I remember him trying his absolute best to get to this drumming session, and he had to like rent a car. He
Got run over, I think, didn't he?
No, he got into a crash.
Oh.
I think he crashed his car, and he literally just walked along to the studio, only
Like
just to get told
limping.
that he
Got
he didn't
replaced.
get a part,
Yeah.
and it just that reaction out of me.
The final was like the end part was so interesting as well. How it's just
Yeah.
like a big performance. Like, what does that mean? Like interpreting what an ending means of a film.
Yeah,
As a-
like most endings nowadays, like I just finished The Sopranos again. Spoiler alert. The ending it just fades to black,
Yeah.
and I thought my telly was broken at first, but it wants to give out that illusion. David Chase wanted to give out that kind of feeling, I think, and it was just. And after I did a bit of research on it, I understood.
Yeah.
Like I won't get into detail, but I really understood it, and it was just one of the top shows I've seen in a good while. Yeah, that's actually like movie grade. Okay, so my top 5 favourite films. Oh, see, I'm quite an old fart at heart when it comes to films. I very much like old comedies. Like my dad just basically raised me on these old comedies. Like one of my top favourites is I know it had a remake recently with Liam Neeson, and it's kind of getting a whole lot of like what's the word? Again, a whole load of viralness or something like that.
Traction.
Yeah, traction.
Yeah.
That's the word. And don't get me wrong, the new one does look good, but I always prefer the old Naked Gun.
I've never heard of that either.
The
I
Naked- oh,
think
but
this should be criminal, the amount of films I don't know.
it's very well, it hasn't really aged well, to
No.
put it bluntly. But it was from the 80s, so you kind of got to give it
Was the humour
a
like?
bit of credit.
If you look at the humour nowadays, was it a bit too like? I don't know, like woke.
Edgy.
Yeah.
But it got me laughing out of my seat,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Is it kind of similar to like Little Britain and Come Fly With Me, where like the humour's very
Yeah.
controversial in it, or is it quite a different genre of humour?
Yeah, it's quite good sense of. Well, it's not a good sense of humour, not at all. But like, it's that kind of humour that makes you go, ooh, you know.
South Park kind of.
Yeah. I think I also really like. Well, I really like Dirty Harry for just the setting of it and
Yeah.
the soundtrack. That's the only soundtrack of a film, but I really like. It was by the same guy who made the Mission Impossible soundtrack, so it's got to be good. It's like it's a 70s film, but just like the vibe and like the overall like color grading and all the editing they did for in the 70s. It's really good. I just love it to bits. I also really like Shaun of the Dead with its massive like
That was the one I was forgetting.
with its turnaround in genres. Like it's kind of like a horror comedy, you
with
know,
romance as well.
with romance
with
as well.
action.
It's very rare that you get something.
They did it so
like
well
that.
though. It kind of reminds me of like the things Channel 4 put out, like In Between is Friday Night Dinner.
Yeah,
Like the classic British humour that made me giggle.
yeah, we
that
do
did.
have good humour down
We
here,
do.
don't we? I really love it because it's like a 2000 setting as well,
Mhm.
and like it's British as well.
It's quite like gritty as well. It's just like a guy who worked. I forgot where he worked. The Sean guy.
I think he was like an
At
electronics
TV sales
guy.
or something. Yeah. And he lives with his like fat friend Ed. Like
Yeah.
it's quite real. Like
It is quite, nothing's really changed.
nah.
But I just really like it when when a zombie just kind of like walks into the room and like, oh man, it's like another one. You're joking. It's just that kind of comedy that kind of like makes it worth it to watch.
You would have thought it'd be like a heavy film with all the zombies and like horror, but it's like quite a light film. Like if I needed cheering up, I'll watch that again. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like if I need cheering up, I got I found an absolute amazing find the other week. I was down one of the shops down in the area, and I found this gigantic, like absolute massive box set with all the Monty Python stuff on it. So I've been studying that a little bit actually. It's humour from the time and all that, and it's really good. It's like it's got all the series and the movies and all the shows and everything. It's like everything anyone could have ever wanted, in my opinion, anyway.
Was that in like a charity shop or like a studio?
Yeah. It wasn't even that expensive as well. It was only like £8. And then again, £8 is quite expensive for a charity shop.
Prices have gone up in
now that I
charity.
say it out loud, but I just really like okay, so here's something interesting. I'm not a massive fan on streaming services. No. I mean, right, in my view, you just kind of pay a massive amounts of money, and then when you want to watch a film, you watch it, and if you want to watch it again, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know.
You end up watching like 1 or 2 films a month, and you don't even realise you're paying like a tenner a month for Netflix, and then that's like 120 quid a year gone.
Yeah, exactly, and like that's why I spent like the past like 3 or 4 years of my life just getting all these DVDs and like Blu-rays and all that, because if I really like a film and I really want to watch it, I'll just get it on DVD because licensing.
It's like old school nowadays, but then I don't know. Let's say the world was ending. At least you have your DVDs.
Exactly.
You can rely on.
Exactly. Like I just don't see a future for streaming. Like I get that it's quite big at the moment, but
I think it is going to stay around for quite a long
like,
time.
it's going to stay around for quite a while.
Because it's quite not easy. It's quite hard to get a hold of DVDs nowadays unless you order it online. But then again, it can still be quite expensive if you order it online.
I mean, we're quite good here. We have like massive shops with like games and DVDs, like charity shops and like CEX and everything like that. And I just find it really good that there's still that place still around for all the enthusiasts. Like I remember going to a car boot sale, and this guy still had laser discs. Like 70s laser discs. It was. I didn't get any because I don't have a player, and they're like that big.
Oh wait, for one disc?
Yeah, for one disc. Think of a record.
Oh yeah.
It's basically just that, just a bigger.
But for like visual.
Yeah, visual basically. It's really interesting. A YouTuber that I quite like watching made like a 5-part series of the rise and fall. Basically, it's really interesting. But I feel like film as a whole, it really is really experimental still. Like it's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, but people are still finding new things to
like just
implement.
when you thought it couldn't get any like more I can't say that, innovative. There we go.
Yeah.
It does, and then suddenly like, what's one film I saw recently? I'm trying to think of the name now. Begins with an S. It was the film last year. The Substance.
Yeah.
That was such a creative film, and
Was it really?
yeah.
Well, I've been hearing lots of good stuff about it. I did see a few clips of it online. It was like it is really experimental and like really
I think
like
that's the most experimental film I've seen.
very like out of this world.
But how do people think of these things? That must take years.
And also like mystery really like it gets me quite a bit because like, I've been watching the series Dexter. I know it's a series, but it gives you like so many like thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
Like mystery, tenseness.
Ooh, on that line, another series, Black Mirror.
Yes.
They're almost like little movies in a sense because none of the episodes are really connected, but they all have like a different storyline.
Yeah. I met someone out of Black Mirror.
Did you?
He was in a standalone thing about Will Poulter guy. He's quite famous actually. If Will's
Wait, do you know which episode he was in? Or?
No, I think he was in one of them interactive Netflix ones.
Bandersnatch.
I think so.
Maybe.
It was based in the 80s or something like that.
Might have been.
But if Will was watching this, hi.
Hi, Will. Second shout out.
Well, I think it's like thirds.
Is it?
Yeah. But like again, really experimental. Like, that's why I really like old films so much, because like Terminator 2 is a really experimental film. That's one of my favourites, because it was in the time of like where computer generated graphics were like really starting to kick off, and you can really tell its age, but it's still really good. Like it will never get old, even though it's like 30 years old now. But like, yeah, so sorry to all the people I'm making feel old have a minute, but that's the hard truth. But yeah, and like with the Transformers movies as well, with their computer generated graphics, Avatar, like they're making another Avatar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's really like it's really interesting what can be like made now that would have been like not even
Especially
thinkable
now you have
30
AI,
years ago.
Like think about what AI can do in 10 years. That's scary. We're all gonna be dead.
AI is very controversial in my
Yeah.
opinion. I personally think AI should only be used for like information and knowledge, not to like make fully fledged films with voices, because that just kind of like
Can't
creeps
write
me
like a
out.
whole film with just AI. You need, because it loses its like human voice, and then the heart of what a film is. It's just so detached.
The only work a human's doing is just typing on a keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just it's soul destroying to think about, because it's getting more advanced by the minute, and I don't know, it just scares me. Well, I'm sure everyone has like different opinions about it.
There was a film coming out that was like entirely generated by AI. Because I was doing that research for college a few months ago, and it's like Last Stop Paris, I want to say. But that's, I don't know if it's out yet or not, but that's a whole film, like even all the visuals AI. So don't know how that's gonna go.
It's not really perfected it yet, in my opinion.
No. Us humans are still winning.
Yeah. Like even if like an AI can like walk about and make me coffees, like I still want a human to, because like AI has like a really smart mind, but like in the end it's for humans.
Humans have emotion.
Humans
and
have
heart
emotion.
And soul.
Yeah. So like, you know, why would you want something soulless and robotic than something with like absolute soul and passion and just emotion?
Yeah.
That's what I think. And like, it's just really interesting to me, because with all the technology and everything that they're using on films at the moment, like their massive IMAX cameras, like Christopher Nolan and his wackiness, and like even like music's quite controversial in the film scene, because if you just like add one copyrighted song without permission, then you're done for basically. And that kind of annoys me, because I feel like music just kind of like moves the film along.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of important to respect like the artists as well who've made that music. But I think to get a license, especially like if you're a starter filmmaker, so expensive. It's like thousands, I swear. Just to get a
thousands. I do get a copyright in a sense, but like the consequences if you do run one wrong thing, it's just
it's like career over.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And like, and movies are just like, most people don't watch movies nowadays. I was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, I prefer video games over movies," and like, it's quite interesting actually, because video games are kind of more interactive movies at the minute. Like I just finished Ghost of Tsushima, which is like a samurai sword swinging thing, and it actually like brought out emotion at me in the end, which really shocked me, because
it's weird. Like there is quite a lot of parallels between film and video games.
Yeah,
so you can get some video games that are like really cinematic. There was one I was playing a while ago called Until Dawn. But no, that felt quite cinematic in a way, even though it's not real people in it. That just felt almost film-like.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have got ideas for game stories. One of my friends wants to be a game developer.
Oh yeah.
So, in the years that follows, maybe. But yeah, it's been a really interesting talk.
It has been.
Getting to know you a little bit more, like talking about what you want for your future, seeing your absolute massive. I saw that something called Sonder, and
Yeah.
like I've seen absolutely massive potential.
I really appreciate it.
It's just my views. Honestly, it was really good.
Thank you.
I want to ask, how long did it take to make?
So I did it for college, obviously, but there's this thing we do at college called Final Major Project, which is basically anything else you do in a year doesn't really get marked. It's kind of just like a baseline to figure out where you are.
Yeah.
But then we do the FMP, which is, when did we start it? I want to say we started it about mid-February, end of Feb.
Okay.
And then that goes through until like May time, so you get about 3 solid months, I say. But that's everything. That's like all the way to idea generation into like post-production and then reflecting on it. So you get about 3 months to make a piece of media.
And I feel like that's more than enough time, because with like films and everything, making a script, like I finished my script for the film that I will not name. You know about it. I finished that like in like a month, I want to say. Like I did it every chance I could. I did it while traveling. I did it at a wedding, for crying out loud. And it's still a work in progress, but it's there. It is there.
Yeah. Once you have the foundation, it gets a lot easier. But I think for me, I didn't even really focus on writing a script. It more came from like the cinematography angle. Like I wanted the shots I wanted to do first. I figured that out, and then what I wanted to say after, which was quite a unique approach.
Oh yeah, it was very unique because it was like in the eyes of
like zooming through the eye. I haven't seen that really done before. Like even when I was trying to research it, I was like, I can't find this anywhere. And it was so hard to do. I had to use After Effects, and then even the teachers couldn't figure it out. But we both made it work out in the end. Kind of had to like fake the effect, but it worked.
It's good. Like it's good that it works, because it's so relieving, to do something that really like takes a big chunk of your time, and then finally doing it, and then like, and when you're proud of yourself afterwards.
Take a deep breath. It's over.
It's really good. Like so if you want to watch Laura's film, I shall put it in the link in the description. And thank you for being in this podcast. Every person helps, basically.
It's been a privilege to be on here.
Yeah. It's well, if you ever want another episode in the next few years, just come out to me.
Make sure you support Luke as well, guys. He's got a lot ahead of him.
Yeah, thank you for that. But thank you for your time.